I told my parents they deserved to be kicked out of my sister's wedding. My brother Mike is 35 and still lives at home with our parents. Always has been useless, always will be. Our mom and dad babied him his entire life because he played rugby in high school, and they thought he was going to be some big shot athlete. Spoiler alert, he wasn't. He didn't have the work ethic for it, but that didn't stop them from treating him like he could do no wrong. The real problem was what he did to our younger sister Kelly. He bullied her constantly. Called them pranks, but they weren't funny. At a family wedding when Kelly was 15, he pulled her dress up in front of everyone. Mom and dad just laughed it off, saying siblings will be siblings. The rest of the family was horrified. I tried stepping in when I could, but once I left for university, there wasn't much I could do from a distance. It got so bad that when Kelly turned 18, she completely changed her university plans. She'd been talking about going to St. Andrews since she was 11 years old. Had posters in her room, the whole thing. Then suddenly she picks Imperial College London instead. When I asked her why, she said St. Andrews was too close to home and she'd be expected to visit more. London meant she only had to come back for Christmas. That's when I realized how bad things really were. After she left, that's exactly what happened. Christmas only. Mom and dad complained constantly about her abandoning the family, but I kept quiet because I didn't want the drama. When Kelly graduated, they expected her to move back home. She got a job in southern England instead and stayed there. We're from Scotland, so she put proper distance between herself and Mike. 6 years ago, Kelly met Jake. She called me the day they met, completely gushing about him. I'd never heard her sound like that about anyone. I've met him multiple times when visiting Kelly down south. The guy's great. Good looking, funny, solid job, nice family. Most importantly, he treats Kelly like she's the most important person in the world. After they got together, Kelly came home even less. Spent her first Christmas with Jake's family. Then the pandemic hit, and she didn't come back for 3 years straight. Her first Christmas back, Mike immediately started his usual garbage. He was trying to be the center of attention, but most of the family wanted to meet Jake instead. Mike didn't like that, so he grabbed this massive bowl of water and was about to dump it on Kelly's head. Jake saw what was happening and stepped right in front of her. Told Mike not to even think about it. Jake's 6'3" and has done martial arts since he was 4, so when he wants to be intimidating, he is. Mom and dad tried saying it was just a harmless prank. Jake shut that down immediately. Mike started whining about it being just a joke, and Jake told him if he pranked Kelly one more time, he'd prank Mike by putting his foot up his backside and his fist down his throat. Kelly and Jake left about an hour later. Mom, dad, and Mike have hated Jake ever since. Kelly hasn't been home since that Christmas. Now Kelly and Jake are getting married. They sent out invitations in February for a wedding in August. Mike didn't get one. Mom and dad absolutely lost it. They had this huge argument with Kelly over the phone. Threatened not to come to the wedding at all. Kelly just said no problem. She'd ask our granddad to walk her down the aisle instead. Last Saturday, I went to visit Mom and Dad with my kids. The second I walked in, Mom started complaining about Kelly and the wedding. How dare Kelly not invite Mike? How could she be so cruel to her own brother? On and on and on. I sat there listening to it for maybe 20 minutes before I couldn't take it anymore. I asked her what exactly did she expect to happen. Her and Dad let Mike be the golden child his entire life. Let him get away with everything. Now he's 35. Can't keep a relationship because he expects everyone to do everything for him. Can't hold down a job because every job is beneath him. And he's still living in their house with zero prospects. The man is a bully. I don't even trust him around my own children unsupervised. He bullied Kelly throughout her entire teenage years. Her only escape was moving over 400 miles away and never coming home. I told them they deserve to be kicked out of that wedding just as much as Mike does. They enabled every single thing he did. They let him torment Kelly for years and did nothing. Dad started yelling at me to get out of his house. Mom was crying saying I was being cruel and that Mike just had a rough personality but he meant well. I grabbed my kids and left.